Good morning again. This is part 2. We're talking about geometric sequences. The first video today was arithmetic, and you were adding something to get from one term to the next. This time, to get from one term to the next, you're multiplying. So to get from 3 to 6, 6 to 12, 12 to 24, I'm multiplying by 2. So this would be 48, and this would be 96. Okay? The nth term, I'm taking a to the n minus 1 times r. We're calling r as a common ratio. Okay, how do I get from one term to the next? I'm multiplying by 2. Well, the problem is we need to get to the 10th term. And we did 10 this time because 100 is going to be huge. All right. This was 3 times 2. And then I did 3 times 2 squared, because 3 times 4 gets me 12. And then I did 3 times 2 cubed, because that's 3 times 8 gives me 24. And remember, we're going to now label these terms again. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the fourth term, so this was the first one. So that was the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's A1 r to the n minus 1. And this is a 1, okay? So to get the 10th term, I'm going to take 3 times 2 to the 9th. Ooh, I bet you that's pretty big. 2 raised to the 9th times 3 is 15. Let me erase this. Sorry. Is 1536. Okay? How do I get from here to here? I'm dividing by 5, which is the same as multiplying by 1/5. So that's 1. This is 1/5. Okay? This is an minus 1 times 1/5. And this would be 125 times 1/5 to the 10th term to the 9th. Oh, man. So I have 1 over 9 raised to the 9th times 125, and I get a teeny tiny number. Ooh. It won't even give me a fraction. It's 0.0000. So let's see, 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Oh, man. That's a teeny tiny number. But you're multiplying by 1/5. All right. All right, how do I get from here to here? Well, how do you figure it out? My little brain's not figuring it out. So what do? If you multiply 81 times r to equal negative 54, how do you get 50? R is equal to negative 54 over 81. Or you have a to the n plus 1 over a to the n, or a to the n over a to the n minus 1. Okay, so what's negative 54 over 81? And let's put it into a fraction. It looks like it's negative 2/3. Oh, this calculator's doing weird things, guys. Negative 54 divided by 81 is negative 2/3. So r is equal to negative 2/3. You see how I did that? Okay. So negative 2/3 times negative 24 is positive 16. 16 times negative 2/3 is negative 32 over 3. You'll notice it goes from positive to negative, positive to negative. That's how I knew r was negative. And watch that. Okay? I'm not going to finish that one. All right, write the first 4 terms. Same thing. This one, they gave you one, and this is the recursive formula. So 2 times 6. So you have 6. 2 times 6 is 12. Times 2 is 24. Times 2 is 48, and you're done. This one's not recursive. This is when you have to plug in numbers, so you have 7 times 3 to the 1 minus 1, so that's 3 to the 0. 3 to the 0 is 1, so first term 7. Then you have 7 times 3 to the first, so that's 21. And then you have 7 times 3 squared, so 7 times 9 is 63, times 3 is 189, okay? This one I gave me the first term. To find the next term, you're multiplying by a half, so I have 64, and then I have 32, and then I have 16, and then I have 8. Here you got to plug in n. So I have 96 times 3 divided by 4 is 72. Oh, sorry. So the first term is 72, and you keep going. I'm going to let you do that yourself. This one you want to find the nth term. And it's a two-step process again. See, we use G. That's because it's geometric. Or you can use U. It doesn't matter. Don't get caught up on that. All right? So to go from 2 to 3 to 4, I multiply by R twice. So I have 144 times R squared equals 324. So 324 divided by 144 is 2.25. 2.25, and then you take the square root, and you get 3 halves. Okay. Now, I need to get G1. Oh, sorry. G1 is equal to 144 divided by 3 halves, which is 144 times 2/3. So 144 times 2 divided by 3 is 96. So G1 equals 96. So my nth term is 96 R to the n minus 1. Okay, do this again. I go from 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. I multiply by R once, twice, 3 times. So R cubed is 250 equals 16. Looks like we're going to have R as a fraction, right? So 16 divided by 250 and a decimal. So R cubed is equal to 8 over 125, which is 2 over 5. Okay, and then you need to find the first term. So 250 divided by 2/5 is 250 times 5 over 2. And you get 625. Okay, so here, we got to get rid of this mess again. Get rid of my scratch work. So U1 is equal to 625. So my nth term is 625. R was, what did I say, 2/5 to the n minus 1. We should probably highlight those instead. It's more fun because I can. Okay? All right. Given the following information about it, identify the value of n. Ooh. All right. So you have 3 times negative 2 to the n minus 1 equals 768. 768, ooh. 768 divided by 3 is 256. Is 256 a power of 2? I don't know. How about 2 raised to the 8th? Yes. Okay, so I can rewrite this as negative 2 n minus 1 equals negative 2 to the 8th power. So n is equal to 9. You have to recognize that that's a power of 2. This one gets more complicated again. They want to know the value of n for that. Well, first I have to figure out r. Okay. It's 3. Okay, to get from here to here is 5. So r to the 5th times 486 equals 64. 64 divided by 486 is 32 over 243. That looks like 2 to the 5th, right? So the 5th root is going to be 2 over, what is that, 3? Let's check. 3 to the 5th is 243. Good. So r is 2/3. Now I have to find the first term again. So 486 times 3/2. 486 times 3 divided by 2 is 729. So I know 729 times r to the n minus 1 equals 324. 324 divided by 729 is 4/9. So r to the n minus 1 equals 4/9. Oh, and we know n. No, we don't know n. We know r is 2/3. Oh, come on. Fill in what you know. So this is 2/3, and this is 2/3. So it looks like 2/3 squared, so n is equal to 3. Okay? That was messy. All right, so let's clean up the mess so I can fill in the blanks. A geometric sequence is a sequence with a common ratio. Ratio. We multiply to get from side to side. You prove that it's geometric. You show that r is equal to a to the n divided by a to the n minus 1. Or you can do a to the n plus 1 over a to the n. That works too. Your recursive formula is a to the n is equal to a to the n minus 1 times r. Explicit is a to the first times r to the n minus 1 equals a to the n. Done. 2 long lessons. Sorry.